Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I was very inspired to do a green halo eye for St. Patrick's Day. This is the look that I came out with. What do you guys think? So if you're going out for St. Patrick's Day and you want a greenish eye look, then go ahead and keep watching this video. Okay guys, so I'm just pretty much gonna hop right into this video. I did my eyebrows off camera and I also primed my lids for eyeshadow. I'll just have everything that I use linked below. So for today's video, we are doing a St. Patrick's Day themed look. So I'm gonna try and use some greens and some golds. For today, we are going to be using the Morphe 35M palette. Super pretty, right? We're gonna try and use some of these greens up here. I've never used this palette before. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so I've used the Jaclyn Hill palette. That's the only palette that I've ever used from Morphe, I think. So this will be my first go at like just Morphe's formula. I can't get my eye tapes right either. They keep poking me in the eye. I already threw away the paper sheet that had the shade names on it, so I'm just going to point to what shade I'm using. I think I am first going to go in with this brown right here for a transition shade. Very, very lightly though, because I don't want to take away from the greens we're going to be using. Whew, super pigment. Okay, so the second shade we're gonna go in with is this bright green right here. And I'm just going to place it exactly where I just placed that transition shade. So I think I've decided to do a halo eye today, and next shade I'm going to be going in with is this little bit darker green right here. I'm going to be putting this in my crease, but I'm also going to fluff it in the outer corner and the inner corner. I must have had something on this essence brush that I was using because this eye is darker than this eye and it's irritating me because this is how I want it to look. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's just not exactly what I was going for. So with this AOA Studio smaller fluffy brush, I am going to take this slightly darker green shade and I'm just going to put that over top of the outer V and inner corner just to deepen it up slightly. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and cut my lid for my halo eye. Not sure yet. I might add one more darker shade. I just don't know yet. So for now, we're just gonna go in with this one. Okay you guys, so I'm going to take this Smashbox crease brush and I'm going to go in with that first really light green shade that we use, and I'm going to try and blend out these other greens a little better. Greens I'm noticing are actually a little difficult to blend out, sort of a little like blues, so I'm going to go ahead and go in with this with the lighter green shade and see if we can blend a little bit more. Okay, you guys, that's as good as we're gonna get for blending. Like I said, greens are just kind of hard to blend, at least for me. I'm not a professional, I'm just self-taught, and I just like makeup, so it's just the best we're gonna get today. So I am going to cut my crease, but just in the center for the halo effect. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral. And then I'm just going to take this BH Cosmetics, it says 10 brush, it's just a flat concealer brush, and we are going to cut our crease with this. And I'm just taking the blending brush that I used to put on the darkest green shade, and I'm just fluffing the edges a little bit so that we have a more seamless blend whenever we put our lid shade on. So your cut crease is going to look something like that. I'm gonna go off camera and do the other side really quick, and then I'll pop back on here so I can show you what lid shade I'm using. Okay, so next I'm just gonna take this little flat marble brush that I got at the dollar store, and I sprayed it with some MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to go in with this gold shade. It's like a gold with a green shift in it, and I'm going to be putting that all over where I put the concealer. So it's not really packing a whole lot of a punch for me. It's not exactly what I envisioned, so I'm going to also add a little bit of this gold glitter on top of what I just did. So this is what it's looking like. It's still not exactly what I wanted. I wanted a little more punch to it, so I'm actually going to dip into the Tati Beauty palette. I'm going to dip into this gold glitter right here, and I'm just going to put it on the very center of my lid. That's more like it. This does wonders. That's more what I wanted. This Tati palette, if you don't own it, go get it. You will not regret it. I seriously hope you guys can tell what an impact these glitters do. Now I'm going to do a little bit of black eyeliner with the L'Oreal Infallible Matic Mechanical Eyeliner in the shade Ultra Black. I'm just going to tightline my upper lash line really quick. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of a baby wing on top of it, and I'm going to use the same Riveteer by Starlux eyeliner. I suck at wing liner, guys. I tried really hard, but it's just not something I'm super good at. But I thought this look needed a wing. I am going to go off camera really quick, and I'm going to pop on my lashes. I'm sadly using these lashes for the last time. So these are the Lashaholic Luxury lashes in the style Instaglam. So I'm going to pop these on. I'm also going to throw a little mascara on. I'm just going to use the Essence I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. And I will be back and we will get started on the face after that. Okay, you guys, I'm back. It actually took longer than I expected it to, so I went ahead and primed my face as well. I am aware I still have glitter everywhere. I have been wiping it with a makeup wipe for like 10 minutes and it refuses to come off, so we're just gonna roll with it. But for a primer today, I used the Professional Pro Balm from Benefit. It's almost out. I do have a backup, but it's just been so long since I used it, I wanted to see how I still felt about it. So for foundation today, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover 24-Hour Foundation in the shade 302 Creamy Natural. And I'm just going to be using my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. I've only used it like twice before, and I actually don't know how I feel about it. So I'm going to be putting this all over my face today, and then we will go from there. I'm actually not super impressed with how this foundation looks on my skin right now. Kind of cakey and breaking up. I think it's a decent color match for me though. It might be a little bit too pink, but we're gonna have to work with it. I do have to wear this all day though because I'm going out to dinner tonight. Not too sure how I feel about it. I'm gonna take that same Wet n Wild concealer that I used earlier and I'm going to use this under my eyes. And because it's super white, I'm gonna actually add a little bit to the center of my face because if I don't balance out this white color, my under eyes will look really, really stark and harsh. So now we're just going to blend it out. I personally think the concealer made the foundation look a lot better, but we'll see how it looks with powder and everything else whenever I'm done. So for powder today, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Setting Powder. So this is what it looks like. I've only used this like a couple times before, so I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it, but I'm just going to take it on my sponge and place it on my under eyes. I've been using the Coty Airspun Loose Translucent Setting Powder, but it gives you really, really bad flashback. It does not look good in pictures at all. I like how it makes my skin look not in pictures. It looks really, really flawless, but if you're going to be taking pictures, you don't want to wear the Coty Airspun powder because you get really bad flashback. I don't know if this one causes flashback or not. I just know the Coty one does because I wore it on Valentine's Day and Josh and I took a picture with it and I was like, ooh, no, turn the flash off. So this is what everything is looking like so far. I think it looks cakey. Looks a little cakey, but it is what it is. It happens sometimes. I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face with my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 130 Buff Beige. I'm going to take a Wet n Wild powder brush, swirl it in the product, and just set the rest of my face really quick. My earrings get so dirty when I'm doing makeup, and I hate it, but then as soon as you wipe them off, they get super shiny again. I don't know if you guys can tell or not. Okay, and then I also just set my eyebrows with the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Gel, and mine is clear. And now my eyebrows are looking a little fluffy. And I think it is actually holding them in place. I've never used a brow gel that actually worked. The brow gel I usually use is this City Colors Clear Brow Gel, and it looks like this. It looks not clear because I use it all the time. But all it does is like comb them out, and then like it doesn't really do anything. But this CoverGirl one seems to be holding them in place. Like I can feel them being held in place. It's actually exciting because like I said, I've never used a brow gel that actually worked. So they're looking a little fluffy and I think I like it. So now jumping back into the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be taking on this little angled flat brush from BH Cosmetics. So this is what the brush looks like. I'm going to be taking it into this darker green shade and I'm going to put it on the outer lower lash line, and then I'm going to be taking this tiny little e.l.f. crease brush and I'm going to be mixing this green with this green to blend it out. Okay, and then on this Ulta Beauty small eyeshadow brush, I'm going to be taking the lightest shade in the palette, this one right here, and I'm going to be using that on my brow bone and inner corner. For bronzer and highlight today, I am going to be using this NYX highlighter and bronzer palette, and it doesn't really have a name or anything like that. It's just their highlighter and bronzer palette. I got this for free at some point in time, but this is what it looks like. I'm going to be taking this bronzer shade right here, and then I'm going to be using these highlights as well today. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap into the bronzer. I don't know how warm it is because I've never used it before, but we're going to attempt. Surprisingly, you can actually see the pigment more on camera than you even can in person. Wow, it looks way warmer on camera than it does in person. Like, it looks almost like red-orange on camera. I promise it's not. Okay, guys, so I just took a little bit of that Kat Von D translucent powder and I cleaned up underneath my contour. I still have a little bit of a harsh line, so I'm gonna take my powder brush and just dust the extra powder away to help blend a little bit. But I just needed to clean up my bronzer a little bit. I took it too low today, and I took it a little too high at my jawline. So just an easy way to clean it up and also make it look a little more defined if you're curious. I think I'm going to just take this lightest, it's like a champagne gold color. I'm just going to use this as a highlight today. So it's pretty, but it's kind of pinky toned, and I'm not necessarily going for that, so I'm not going to use this highlight. I'm actually going to go into a different highlight. I'm actually going to dip into my Laura Lee Glazed palette. I'm going to be using Glow Gal. These highlights are beautiful. They're super creamy, super buttery, super blendable. That's more the color I was going for. So I just realized that I forgot to contour my nose. I was like putting highlight on my nose and I was like, what is naked right now? So I'm just gonna take that same bronzer that I use in this BH Cosmetics number 5 brush, and I'm going to contour my nose and also under my lip. Okay guys, so verdict on this NYX palette, I don't like it. I just don't think it works with my skin tone for whatever reason. I just had to blend my nose contour forever. This shade is really warm and it just doesn't work for my skin tone, so I personally just don't think this is for me. Plus I really didn't care for the highlight. It was glowy, it was pretty, but it was just, I don't really care for the shade, the colors. So for blush today, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Vintage Rouge. So this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to be taking this blush brush and tapping in. It's just a very nude flush of pink. So I also just throw some of the blush on my chin, and I also go over my nose and I wrap it around my temples. I just feel like it helps everything come together and blend together in the end, but that's just personal preference. You do not have to do that. Okay, so now for lips, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the shade Cafe. This is what the color looks like. I'm going to be overlining my lips with this, and then I'm going to be filling them in with the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Nude Mood. So this came out my BoxyCharm, so I don't actually think that you can get this color. I think these were specifically made for BoxyCharm. Okay, so lips are lined. Now I'm gonna go in with the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick. Okay, so I was definitely going for something more brown nude. This one's more of a pinky nude, and I don't really like how it looks with this. I tried to throw on some of the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Natural Luster because it's more of a brown gloss, and it still doesn't look how I want it to look, so I'm probably gonna take it off and throw something else on. I don't know what else yet. I'll come back once I have it figured out and I'll let you know what I used. Okay you guys, so this is the completed look. I ended up going in with my Collab liquid lipstick in the shade I'm Nude here. It's the closest thing to brown that I could find. It's not exactly what I want, but I mean, it's what I got, so that's what we're going to work with. And then I just set my face with some Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And I put a beanie on and a denim jacket. In case you're wondering, my t-shirt says Def Leppard. I love it. I was feeling kind of like 80s vibe today, so I threw the denim jacket on over top. The makeup, it's not my favorite look that I've done. It's not my least favorite look that I've done, but I was feeling very St. Patrick's Day inspired, so this is what we got. This is what we're working with. I really do like how it turned out for the most part. I'm a little iffy on my face makeup, but it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like the video, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. All the likes help, all the new subscribers help so much. Please be sure to do that and hit the little notification bell right beside it so you can be informed every single time I post a new video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!